What do you call those things that they blow up as fake gunshots? I can't remember.
Charges?
I don't know. Yeah, those things that made like everything. Like I was actually reacting to them. I was like, oh gosh.
My first question is for Gabriel. I spoke with Shawn Ryan a few days ago, who said you almost lost out on the part because you had a beard audition.
Yeah.
Obviously it all worked out, but like, how long did it take for you to be able to laugh at that? Because
I laughed immediately. Growing up in this business, I just knew that was part of it. Like a producer got picked on by a redhead, so he doesn't want to work with redheads or whatever. I like that petty levels of stuff like it wasn't that in this case, but it's out of your hands, man. Once you send the tape, and I'd been doing a movie, and I was on set, and I couldn't shave my beard for continuity. But I was like, make sure to tell them that I can't shave, that I'm not like being not unprofessional. I just can't shave. But then afterwards, I sent in a tape again because I asked if they had been cast, and he was like, "No, nothing been cast yet." My agent did, so I just shaved and sent in a new tape. But yeah, it all worked out, man. It's it's out of my hands, so I'm relaxed about it. Yeah.
And he went on to sing both your praises, of course. So a lot of this show hinges on how well the two of you play off of each other. So how long did it take for you to find that on-screen relationship, comfort level, and, get ready to do all that stuff together?
Yeah, it was really easy.
Yeah, not long. We were both away from home, and we both were just sort of thrown into this, so we both bonded over that. And then also, I think the way it was written was really gradual. It would have been a lot more difficult to portray had they been like, "Oh, you save her, now you're together." It felt really like grounded and realistic, and my strengths were her weaknesses, and her strengths were my weaknesses. So it was very complimentary, and we never felt like we were competing for, anything narratively. Like we just sort of helped each other's characters, and then.
Yeah. It's all we had going. It's just work. That's all we talked about all day.
Yeah.
So, because we're so far away from home, and there was a pandemic, and we couldn't do much.
Luciane, like you're from New Zealand. There are so many amazing actors and actresses from New Zealand that come over here and just crush it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from there that you would like to see on this show in a future season?
Oh gosh. I mean, I obviously would want my friends to be on the show, but
Nepotism.
well, the lady who plays my aunt is from New Zealand, Simone Kessel, and it was really cool. Early on, Shawn and the writers were like, "Do you have anyone in mind who could play your aunt?" And I was just like, "This is so cool," and I feel like I've got some power here, but I couldn't think of anyone. I was like, oh gosh. So when they picked her, she lives in Australia, so she wasn't even on my list of people to think of. But yeah, I mean, if we could have some flashbacks, that would be cool.
And did you two, obviously Shawn Ryan is like a legend, has created all these shows. In preparing for this role, did you look back on any of his other stuff just to get a taste of the writing, or were there other things that you did to kind of get in the mood?
I actually haven't seen any of his stuff because they were more network stuff, right? So we don't have that at home.
I didn't really, sitting down with Shawn when I agreed to do it, before it was officially offered to me, he sort of pitched the job to me. And there was a movie or something that was filming up the street, and one of the actors came over and because he was close by and he'd worked with Shawn, and he shook Shawn's hand, he shook my hand. He was like, "If you're going to work with him, you're in good hands." And I was like, that means a lot, just unprompted, this guy telling me this. But also, Shawn was saying this is different than anything he's done. So it was kind of cool. I didn't feel like I had to watch anything, but I also knew that he had the capacity to make a great show. So
what were your favorite parts of shooting this? What kinds of scenes were the most exciting for you to get into?
Oh, there's so many.
I think the stunts for me. I just think doing, because I did all the fighting and stuff, I think just doing it was really cool, because I had been in movies as a kid and stuff, but I'd never, I had to be a kid. There was no like fighting stuff for me to do. So yeah, I think that was the most exciting prospect, was, man, I actually get to do this stuff.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff in the hotel in episode 2 was quite fun because what do you call those things that they blow up as fake gunshots? I can't remember.
Charges?
I don't know. Yeah, those things that made like everything. Like I was actually reacting to them. I was like, oh gosh. And then Gabe on the glass.
Oh yeah.
Falling through that. I was like, production-wise, how do you plan that and make that work and ask a hotel like, hey, can we break a window? And it's pretty crazy. And the way it was cut together is pretty seamless, so it turned out really good.
I've been totally sucked into this show. It's so good. Congratulations on
what
everything.
episode are you on?
I think I'm about halfway through right now.
Okay, cool.
Dun, dun,
Well,
dun.
sick, man. Enjoy it. Good talking to you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.